I don't do OnlyFans anymore.
At all?
I don't do it anymore at all.
With all the money you were making?
Yes.
You just shut it down.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because I'm just changing everything about me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, it's a dead end. All that stuff is a dead end, and I know that I'm worth way more than that. Good morning, everybody. So I'm at the doctor's office right now, and as y'all know, I've been changing my life and changing my ways. So one of the things that I feel like is going to take me to the next level is obviously taking some of these ass shots out. And by the way, ass shots and the BBL is totally different. And I'm going to tell you why. A BBL is when they use your own fat. Ass shots is silicone. So I just want all the ladies out there to know, do not get silicone shots because you can get sick, you can die, have complications, and all this other crazy stuff. I haven't had any crazy complications since I got it. I got it when I was 19 years old. But now I'm moving here in life. So I want this out of my ass so I can grow. Not to mention,
in the name of the Son, and in the name of the Holy Ghost. Come on, y'all. Don't forget this moment. Don't let, when you get...
The first thing that came to mind when I saw these clips was whether or not, well, actually, to be honest, the first thing that came to mind was, I just mentally disputed that she made like $240 million, and then I despaired because I was like, there can't be that many simps that in the world that would, give her that much money, you know? I mean, there's like, you go to OnlyFans and, I suppose there's like thousands, hundreds of thousands of women on there with no clothes on that look infinitely better than her, nude. Okay. And, I went and looked up, I pocket watched it and I went and looked up her current net worth and it was listed at $5 million and whatnot. And, that was for like 2022, tail end of it. So I don't know what the deal is and whatnot, but like if she had actually had $240 million, that would put her somewhere near the Smith family and shit. And I can't, having actually seen her nude, and seeing her sex tape and shit, which is laughable because of her BBL. I just disputed it and shit. I thought it was fucking hilarious and shit. And then like my mind went there, and I was just like, well, she's making all these changes. Is she gonna live off that money that she got baptized recently, I think at her own house or something. She got baptized. It was so cringy because I think it was a lot of some of her family members there maybe, and they were just clapping and shit and going, yeah. It's like they had to tell the people that were there to clap, on cue, and I didn't see her mother there. Her mother's a suspect and shit, morally speaking and shit. I don't know shit about her mother except that she's a ratchet big mouth old bitch. Okay? My mother disputed it. And, I thought about Black China. I remember when I first saw her, I thought she was a porn star and whatnot. I saw her in some kind of photo shoot. I forgot what it was for, some website. And she was walking around with her fake ass out and shit. And I thought to myself, like, oh, kind of an exotic looking woman, like a hood exotical and shit. I was living on the West Coast at the time and shit. And there's a lot of Black Chinas on the West Coast and shit walking around. You'll see them, and some of them are straight legit. They're the real deal. But she ain't one of them. Okay. And I just wondered, like, if she was gonna, I just keep wondering, hey, the guy that was hosting it, Jason Lee or whatever his name is, he didn't ask the hard question. He said, "Are you gonna keep the money? I know you reclaimed your religion and everything. Are you gonna keep the money? What are you gonna do with this $240 million?" That's what they usually ask Black people, specifically the brothers. They always question their pockets and shit, and their motives and shit. They question us about every goddamn thing and shit. But this is just like uh shit. Film Fatale 304 101. You know, these women, a lot of these women have emotional issues. They have submerged mental, problems that have gone unchecked for, however long they've been alive and shit, and they haven't had any positive reinforcement in their life from, people that matter. So a lot of people suffer in the wake of their dysfunction. And I'm not even gonna leave out her ex-husband, that Rob Kardashian guy, that kind of chubby guy. He knew it was a finesse when she got with him. He knew it was a finesse. Like, she was dating rappers and shit before him, and then she ended up with him, and when their marriage started to go in the shithole, she took it public, man. She did pass it, Miss Sandra's Black Woman 101 and shit. They drag your fucking ass all up and down the street and through the public and shit, and air all your dirty laundry out. She was, Rob was so upset with her bullshit, her cheating and everything, that he posted some pictures that she sent him some pictures that she sent her side nigga, her side pookie and shit. I thought that was shitty. I thought it was shitty that it came out. They had a kid and everything. And then they're supposed to co-parent and shit, and all this crap happened. And then she tried to fuck with the Kardashian family and got smashed and shit because they have infinitely more wealth and clout than when it's up against another black person, they become white and shit, wholly white. But anytime else they get shit thrown on their name, get shit flicked on them and shit. And she was the bargain basement woman that they threw to their little brother and shit. Okay, Rob's current net worth is like somewhere around 25, 26 million and shit. If she has $240 million, why is she going online talking about none of her baby daddies paid child support? And one of them would kick her out so they could date the youngest Kardashian, I think Kyrie or Kylie or some shit. Fuck, you know. I got nothing to say and shit. I got nothing to say. I'm just a cynic and shit. Okay, this is what I like to call a femme fatale 304 shit. These women are extremely dangerous to other people in various ways and shit. They're dangerous, obviously, to your pockets. They're dangerous to your fucking seed, and they're dangerous to your mind and your goddamn spirit and shit. Okay, a lot of people get with these women and they never come back. They're never the same again when the shit blows up in their face. And it's a shame to see. It's a shame to fucking see. It's almost like the person that was with them needs to be put down and shit, okay? So you just get so cynical and shit. You don't, they never come back fully and shit. They just they just kind of settle for whatever comes after. And I saw that in her, okay? And I saw that she went on OnlyFans and shit. I wasn't surprised when she went on there and started making content and everything. I don't know if she's doing that. Maybe she's just showing her fake ass and her little bony ass legs and them boobs and shit. I've seen some pictures of her where she, even one on display right now. I've seen some pictures of her where she looked like a whole snack and shit. But like I said, I spent almost 3 decades on the West Coast, and I see a ton of black Chinas walking around out there that kills her ass physically and shit. They just don't, they wouldn't go as obviously as far as she went and shit to get what she wanted and shit. She was an unapologetic social climber and everything. And I want to say, I'm not shitting on her journey or nothing. There's plenty of bootlicking podcasts out there that can give her big ups and give her a high five. She ain't getting shit over here and shit because unapologetically I'm a misogynist anarchist and shit. Okay, I do believe that our community needs a reset. And I think in the future and shit, when we've become even lower on the economic scale and shit, when we're in battle, we'll become a secular society and shit. When there'll be more people practicing other religions, like there'll be more Muslim people. There'll be people with nuclear families and shit because they won't have no fucking choice and shit as the economy crashes or whatever happens. Okay, it's beyond me. All right, I'm skeptical. I just would ask Black China, what are you going to do with that money? What are you going to do with that dirty money you made from showing your peace sleeve and your fake butt cheeks to everyone and shit, okay? What are you going to do with that money? Are you going to keep the money? I think if he would have asked her that, she probably would have got up in her feelings and shit. Yeah, she's getting her implants removed and shit. Some people say that she's had some health care issues, and that shit is dangerous. And it, like I said, it makes me kind of cynical and shit. I always think like, just think, there's a sigma attitude about every goddamn thing. If a guy had a sigma attitude about everything, he could just put his nose to the millstone and shit. Work real hard and get his money up and everything. Make sure it's invested properly and shit. And you could just get you could find yourself a low quality chick and shit, and just put a bunch of plastic surgery into her shit. You could make a Black China. She's just a Frankenstein experiment and shit. Like a lot of these other broads that frequent Miami and get these, conveyor belt plastic surgeries and shit because they all look the same. It's the same surgery. Nobody ever. It doesn't look any different and shit. So, I've been with some people that surprised me. I've been with like probably 2 or 3 women that told me, at some point during our association that they had plastic surgery. I was in shock. The first person to ever tell me that she had plastic surgery was a Latina I was messing around with. I wasn't dating, I was messing around with her. It wasn't even no friends with benefits. I was messing around with her. And she told me she had gone to Mexico and had her boobs done and shit and some lipo. And I was like, damn, I'm blown away and shit because she was a whole fucking snack. She was like the kind of woman, I don't know what she looked like before the surgery, but after the surgery, she was the kind of person like what some guys think like, I have to shoot my shot or I'll never be able to live with myself. Okay, and I shot my shot and I was messing around for a minute. Whatever. Young kings out there, I want you to be a little bit cynical when it comes to shit like this, okay? I gotta be honest. I ain't gonna be like how, some female content creators in our community, they sit up and lie to their women and tell them everything that they're talking about, all the narcissistic bullshit, all the negging, everything is for their own good and shit. Women just follow blindly any shit they listen to. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm just telling you to use discernment and shit and use some basic common sense and shit, okay? And I meant what I said about you could just make a bitch, okay? You could just, you know, the female that I was talking about earlier, she said that she paid like $500 for her boobs in Mexico, and they looked real. They look real. I was not shocked when she told me they wasn't real. Okay, she didn't have no fucking. Everything else was on point and shit. You know, I asked why. I think I asked her why she got it. She said she just felt like she needed the boobs to even out the rest of her body. She was a perfect hourglass in a cat suit with a zipper down the middle from from her yeehaw up to her boobs, her enhanced boobs. I'll leave it at that. All right, I'm skeptical, and I got nothing. I don't have any words of affirmation for Black China because she terrorized her husband. She terrorized that motherfucker. I guess if he was black and shit, now fuck it. He was corny, as they like to say. That's the word they're using instead of just saying nerd or geek or something. Yeah, Rob Kardashian was he was corny and shit. And when it's always the same when this shit is over. It's like one of those old Hammer horror movies, like a Frankenstein movie or a Dracula movie or something. When these fucking femme fatale 304s get out of their shit and they're ready to get out of your life, they fucking they turn your life into a horror movie, okay? It's like when the Frankenstein monster gets chained up and he breaks out and gets out and they finally just set him on fire. They finally just burn him and shit. And I think this chick is burning on it fucking inside. She's done so much shit that she can't go no further mentally, I suppose. And I think it's for the best that she does some of this shit. But we'll see, right? Because that old saying about a leopard can't change his stripes. Okay, I feel the same way about certain types of women. And they always snap to form and shit. Okay, if you don't, if you're cynical and shit, you can look to, well, you can look to Sierra and her husband and shit. You can look to how they were when they got married and how they are today. Okay, and I want you to apply it to Black China here. Okay, they always go back to what they look like and shit. And furthermore, and shit, like I seen a picture of her with her wig off, and it just made me think about. I know I don't want no sisters to come on my page fucking with me and shit, but like when I seen Black China with her wig off, and I seen her real bald head that's hidden under all those wigs that we see her wear, You know, some of them really bad, make her look like a fucking poodle dog, purse dog or something. You know, when I saw those fucking, sorry, I'm just shooting from the hip. You know, I've been doing that lately on some of my commentaries. And I hope you guys appreciate it. You know, hit the like button, maybe subscribe. You know, when I saw her, you know, with her fucking, when I saw Black China with her wig off, and I seen a couple other big names with their wigs off, and they just have like a straight up bald head under there, like a bald, like fucking Batman villain egghead have like that kind of a head under there. You know, I thought about Tila Tequila shit. Because she was saying that black women, she said that black women were actually the, you know, black people were the original people on the planet. We were the first people on the planet. She said that, and she said that the Eve was, you know, she insinuated that Eve was a black woman who had given Black Adam the apple, you know, not Black Adam on the fucking superhero, you know, Adam. She said that Adam and Eve were black, and Eve was the one that fucked up to commit the original sin of giving Adam the apple and shit, which is an allegory to some for sex and everything. And she said that God punished them by making their hair fall out and putting scabs and shit on their head. And then when you see a lot of these women with this shit in their hair, all these wigs and these weaves and this glue, and it destroys their scalps and everything, you just think about it and shit, okay? I know some women are gonna hate me, but you know, what can I say and shit? It's just fucking hilarious and shit. And Tila Tequila is another fallen woman. She fits in that same category as Black China and shit. Or at least she tried to until she got put in the mix and shit. And I just say, you know, hey, let's keep an eye out, okay? You know, if you're interested, it's a social experiment. Let's see if how long Black China remains in this form.
It cannot always be night. Sir?